Hi everyone, I'm Lee and I'm here with Andrew and welcome to episode 24 of the Link Building Show. And in this episode we're going to be talking about useful data sources. Okay, so Andrew, when you think of useful data sources, what springs to mind?
The first thing is that there is just an abundance of data out there. There's so many ways to build campaigns on data that's freely available that you can find just through a simple search on Google. A great starting place is government websites. So most major countries will have data that they have to make available on all sorts of different things. So to take like a UK example, the ONS provides huge amounts of information about the country. So ONS stands for, Office for National Statistics. It's got everything from business information to information on the economy to house prices, even down to things like people's well-being and how they're feeling. So government websites are a great place to start. In the US, that might be like the Census Bureau. And yeah, government websites are my number one place to start for a great data source.
Thank you.
What about you?
I think what I like to use is Google Trends. I think Google Trends offers a lot, especially in terms of reactives. It shows how many people are searching up a certain term by country, by state, goes as narrow as that. It can just show it by a very long time range. So since 2004, I think it's been keeping data so you can really see in-depth statistics about some of the hottest trends. I think that's definitely a good place to start, especially for reactives, like I said. I think also social media as well is a good start. I think especially with, for example, Instagram, they release, when you search up a term with a hashtag, it will show how many people have hashtag posts in the past. I think it's since the website started, so that's also a good way of doing influential stories.
So in digital PR, we actually see a lot of campaigns that are built on the term, the idea of a search volume or a number of searches. So where did that come from?
Well, we often use Ahrefs for that. It gives you good examples of terms that have been searched up a lot in different countries. You can see like actual statistics by country. You can also see the most related keywords to a term. So you can put a keyword in and it will give you phrases or terms that people have searched that have that keyword included in it. Another really useful thing is that you can search up exclusively questions. So you can search up and find what questions people have about a certain topic, and you can see which is the most searched. And you can also find, it gives you the monthly average, I think, which is really useful finding. It doesn't show like a total, it just gives you on average how many people are searching up something a month, which I think is a good way of differentiating between data.
Cool. And you've got Semrush, which does a similar sort of thing.
Semrush, yeah. Semrush is very useful for that as well. Semrush also gives you traffic of a site as well, so that's also very useful in PR, so it has multiple uses.
And then you've got a platform like BuzzSumo, which actually also provides search volume, but I think BuzzSumo is really interesting because it also provides additional data. It provides data in terms of article mentions of a keyword, as well as things like the number of the social engagement. It provides. BuzzSumo provides really good detail on social engagement and things like that, which can be a data source for a story, but can also help you ideate as well. Look at which topics the public are really interested in, which topics the public are, is really resonating with them. What would you say is a bit of a hidden gem of data that you can find out there?
A lot of people don't know about, especially for America, the Centers for Medicare and Services, the CMS shorthand. I think there's a lot of data on there, a lot of public data. It goes very in depth. You can search it even by hospital, by address, by state, by zip code in the US. I think there's a lot of data. It can be a little bit overwhelming for someone who doesn't really know data that well, but once you have someone or you find someone, or you can do it yourself of basically searching through and filtering out and narrowing it down, you can definitely get some fantastic stories out of it. I think it's one to look out for, definitely, in terms, because there's so much data they have public on there, and like I said, it goes so in depth, so you can just pick out the stories that you want from it, and it's all official government data as well.
Yeah, and that's always great when you're working with data. You want it to be as high quality as possible. You want it to be reliable, and
definitely.
So yeah, when you're working with government websites, that's the benefit. You're getting data that is 100% legit. One of the issues that you have with data is often the time it can take to compile it all. And that's why one of my favorite sort of hidden gems is the Excel data tool, which allows you to pull in information from the internet by turning cells into data cells effectively. So if you have a category that the data that Excel recognizes, then it can pull in massive amounts of data. So if you put a country into Excel and you turn on the data function, it can then pull in that country's population, its GDP, the percentage of people who have a high school degree from it, like, dozens of different fields of data that it can pull in at, at the click of a finger, or the click of a mouse. Something that might usually take you hours to find each individual data point on, it can provide you instantly. So I do recommend people check out that Excel data tab. It's on the sort of the latest versions of Excel, but it's really, really useful for pulling in data very quickly on a lot of different subjects. It's not just countries, it can be films, it can be people, you can even get the calorie count of foods in there if you put those into Excel and turn on that data function. So that's one of my favorite ways to pull in data, really, really quickly.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that I'm not too familiar with that, but I think that definitely I should have a look at that, because I've seen that you can the geography function is very useful. I think I've used that previously, and the fact that you can just you can right click and it'll bring up all these different kinds of data, like population density, just straight from Google. And you don't even have to go Googling for it. You can just literally just extract it straight from Wikipedia or whatever. It's very, 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 very cool. Okay, everyone, we hope he helped you with some data sources, and we hope you found this very useful, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.